Hi there, this is the Three Escape Mates again, and this is another video in our series of videos to hopefully enlighten people who are new to skating on a few tricks of the trade and how to adjust things, how to tie things, and a few different things to do with skating which you might not be sure of when you first start out and say, hey, do you know what, I don't really know what that means. Today we're going to talk about bearings. This is Olivia, she's helping me. She's not one of the skate mates, but she is a skate mate helper and she skates herself. This is her set of skates, or skate, here on the right hand side. So we're going to talk about bearings. There are lots of bearings on the market, right from cheap bearings. These are the cheap metal shielded bearings that you see. These range from ABEC 1 to ABEC 9. The ABEC rating is just a way that bearings are measured for smoothness and how easy they roll. 1 being the less engineered and 9 being the most engineered. Some companies do market an ABEC 11 bearing, which people dispute exists because apparently the scale only goes up to 9, but we're not going to worry ourselves with that. So the higher the bearing rating, the more engineered and the better quality the bearing. That's a shielded bearing, has a metal shield on there. Again, I think you can see that on both sides. We've got several versions of that. This is a ABEC 11 bearing, which is double shielded, so the balls are actually behind that shield, and the purpose of the shield is just to keep the balls clean. We then move on to what's called a precision bearing. These are open bearings, which are used in Reno skates. And other skates as well, but typically they come with the children's sort of style Renos. They're quite a good running bearing as well. We've got a Bones bearing. This is a Bones Labyrinth bearing. These are around about 90 to 100 pound a set. Again shielded, quite a high precision bearing. You can get hybrid bearings, which are ceramic balls with a metal race, which are very good bearings as well. They're up the higher end, and you can get a ceramic bearing, a full ceramic bearing, and this is a full ceramic bearing. So the casing is ceramic, the balls are, and so is the ball retainer on the inside. And these are very, very free running bearings in comparison to the metal ones. Typically around 150 to 200 pounds a set for 16. So a range of bearings there. As I say, 150 to 200 pounds for the top of the range, and round about 50p to a pound each for the smaller ones. A typical set costing anything from a fiver to about 15 quid. The higher the ABEC rating, the more people tend to charge, but actually once the shield's been removed and you've cleaned all the goo and grease out the inside and re-lubricated them with, so typically we use sewing machine oil, you'll notice that they'll spin in comparison with the ceramic bearings. So a few tricks of the trade there. If you're unsure about bearings, hopefully a little bit of information there. Beginners obviously, and skates which are factory made tend to come lower down the range, and of course you move on up to the higher ceramic type of bearing if you're a skating enthusiast, or you use them for hockey or something like that. So just a little overview of the bearings there. The shielded ones, you do obviously actually remove the shielding to get to the balls, and that's how you clean them out, so there's a shield on either side. The bearings all these bearings come in a 7mm version and an 8mm version, and what we're talking about there is the gap in the middle, so where the axle passes through the centre. So we've got a 7mm bearing here, and the green is an 8mm bearing, and I think you can hopefully see the hole size in the middle. Very important when you're buying bearings, because if you're buying the wrong size bearing, it's not going to fit on the axle, or it's going to be too loose on the axle depending on which way round you buy it. So please make sure that you buy the right size bearings. The thickness of the bearings are typically the same, so not really much to go wrong there, but just bear in mind the centre axle, so it's 7mm or 8mm, because that's an easy mistake that people make when they're buying bearings. Going to say something, Olivia?
Yeah. bearings. Daddy got new wheels and new skates, and Harry got new wheels too. But Harry other ones have old ones, and I have old ones.
Very good. So there, you've got a full overview of what skates we've just had for Christmas. And hopefully you've learnt something about the bearings. The next video, I promise, I keep talking about it every time, but the next video we will show you how to take the shields off. These are removable shields on these bearings, so they pop off quite easily. And this one here is designed not to be removed, and people struggle to get those off, but I'll show you a little trick on how to get those off and how to clean them out. So you can actually do with these more or less what you do with these as far as cleaning them goes. So if you're enjoying what we're doing and you're learning something about skating, please subscribe and look out for our other videos. Thanks very much for watching, and we hope to see you again soon. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.